What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Mark Z Drumcast. I am your host, Mark Zapata. I am the owner and founder of Mark Z Drums, and apparently I talk a lot. Thank you for joining me on the Mark Z Drumcast. It is a beautiful day here in the Northeast, and today I wanted to just give you some of my thoughts about the Grammys last night. Now, I didn't see the entire show. I tuned in late. I plan on revisiting what I missed. But I have to say that aside from the host, which, listen, I wasn't a fan of the host. It's probably not an easy job on a show like that. It's probably tough for anybody. I don't know why they go with a non-musician as a host. I would imagine you would want maybe a celebrity musician or something like that. But having said that, I did enjoy what I did watch. Thought the production was really well done. And what I liked about the Grammys most was that there seemed to be more diversity than I'm used to seeing. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're out there listening to this and you disagree, that's fine. I would love to hear your take on it. But I felt like they really did a nice job of mixing it up. It wasn't all about the young artists coming up. They did really have some really cool legends on the show, and it was really, really cool to see. Probably my favorite part that I did see was Joni Mitchell. I thought she was amazing. And this is somebody, hold on, let me fix my mic. What am I doing? This is somebody that I grew up listening to, not necessarily for myself, but I had older brothers and sisters, and I was aware of a lot of artists that they loved and listened to through them, and some artists that I'm aware of but never really got into, but because of my older siblings, like I said, became aware of these artists. And sometimes when you hear an artist, like for example Tracy Chapman singing Fast Car, as time goes on it hits differently. As you get older, you experience more in life. These songs just hit differently. Sometimes it's just a matter of nostalgia where it brings you back to a time and place in your life. But other times it's just like, wow, I get this now. Sometimes that kind of happens. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was interesting. I never really felt bored. But I did also enjoy the new artists categories. And for me, because of the type of work that I do, I am much more aware of these new artists today because I have a lot of young students, and they come in with a lot of new artists that I haven't heard of, and then that causes me, of course, to go through and check them out and experience those artists. And some of the stuff I like, some of the stuff not so much, but it's a little bit easier to watch the Grammys when I'm more aware of who these new artists are, or I've at least researched them, looked them up, listened to the music that has been nominated. So having said that, overall I thought it was really good. It definitely had its great moments. And again, music is subjective, so it's really hard to say, well, this person should have won over that person. It's just a voting process. But it's a really cool event. Celine Dion showed up. Brandy showed up, which was really cool. So yeah, a lot of people came back, and then we got to see a lot of new artists, and to hear some of them, especially the younger people coming out and saying what they said in their speeches, really, really cool. So I'll give the Grammys a thumbs up. I enjoyed it. I dug it. I think it was better than the Pro Bowl. But then again, the Pro Bowl, it is what it is, right? It's like watching pro wrestling. It's like if you understand what it is and you can come into the whole situation with an understanding of this is what I'm watching, then it makes it a lot easier. It makes it more enjoyable. It's entertainment like anything else. The Grammys are entertainment. Sports are entertainment. Pro wrestling is entertainment. It's just different forms of entertainment. So consume it as you like. Consume it as you wish. So today, I just want to go over some stuff. What's up, everybody? Right now, there's a lot of things going on over at Mark Z Drums. Nothing that will affect the show except for in a positive way. I have begun production on my online drumming course, which you will be able to access on my Patreon page. The beginning module will be going up very, very soon. And this will be covering the basics of drumming, holding the sticks, different kinds of strokes, counting, basic reading, an understanding of rhythm, basic rock beats, just to get people started, right? For beginners, this is a great module because it will take you through all the steps you need to begin your journey of drumming. And I'm really, really happy about it. I'm very proud of it. I think it's going to be really awesome. It will be in depth, yet it will be easy for the beginner to follow. There will be some challenging points to keep it interesting, but it's not going to be so difficult that you may become frustrated, right? I struck a really nice balance between challenging the beginner and giving them everything they need to make sure they have the victories they need to continue and to stay motivated and stay interested and have a lot of fun. So I'm very excited for that. Mark Z Drums on Patreon. It's not up yet, but if you wanted to become a member, feel free, go ahead. There's also a free option, right? So you can go ahead over to Mark Z Drums on Patreon and not pay anything, but be able to access content on there that I will be uploading exclusively to Patreon. So anyway, getting back, something that I was doing earlier, in earlier shows like last week, I was kind of explaining the different drum breaks in No One Knows by Queens of the Stone Age. Dave Grohl is on drums for that song. It's a really great song. A lot of good drum breaks in it, but they're all centered around triplets, and that's what I was talking about mostly last week. So triplets will also be something that will be included in that first module because it's going to be part of rhythm, and we're going to be talking about rhythm and different rhythms. And a triplet feel is a very different feel from a straight eighth note or a straight 16th note feel. And it's very important to drumming because it can take you in a lot of different directions. For a song like No One Knows, there is a triplet feel throughout the song. Songs like Toxicity, songs like House of the Rising Sun by the Animals, Breakaway by Kelly Clarkson, and Lights by Journey. All of those very famous and huge 6/8 songs that have triplet feels to them. So we will continue to talk about that. If you guys have any thoughts or comments about the Grammys, I'm going to be doing more research on it because I'm going to be doing a podcast about it with my buddies on the Drinking with Friends podcast. We're going to be talking about the Grammys. Two other musicians that I spent a lot of my formative years playing music with, and we're going to discuss what exactly we thought about the Grammys. But anyway, to get down to drumming, always make sure that we are nice and warmed up before we start to play. Whether you want to warm up on your practice pad, I have an Evans Real Feel practice pad here. I do not have my overhead cam, but I'm doing some work on camera angles. Oh, we're bouncing. I'm doing some work on camera angles, and I will have an overhead cam. And also a hand cam. A hand cam, which will be good, which will be close in on the pad itself. And I can talk to you about hand exercises and rudiments and whatnot. Let me turn this down because I'm actually triggering my drum set with my practice pad, and I don't want that. Right now you should just be hearing the pad over my microphone. Warm-ups are very important. One of the things I suggest most often when I am talking to my students is single stroke warm-ups, then double stroke warm-ups, and then paradiddles. Those three are the rudiments that I think are most important to beginners just starting out. We can explore the other rudiments, and we will explore the other rudiments moving forward. There are 40 total rudiments, 5 total families of rudiments. Each family of rudiments has a different number of rudiments in the family. So all adding up to 40. But the foundation of everything we do is going to be the single stroke and the double stroke. The foundation of everything we do on the drums, whether it be just a simple rock beat, a complex fast fills, there are going to be a lot of single strokes going on. And single strokes are a great building block because we can use them to construct our fills, to construct our beats, our rhythms, and things like that. And that's why I think single strokes are so important. Because you can take a simple right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, and I'm going to put the drums on now. You could take a simple right, left, right, left, right, left pattern, and without changing that pattern at all, we can create some really cool things if we have multiple surfaces and we have multiple sounds to choose from. Single strokes can be expanded to really, really cool stuff, especially if you're doing straight 16th notes and you're doing triplets also. That's even more, those are even more building blocks to work with, basically. So hold on, let me raise my snare drum up here again. We had a really nice rehearsal here the other day on Saturday with a band that I'm going to be going into the studio with in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be recording a few songs for a new album, and we're going to take the entire weekend to do it. So we're going to go upstate New York, and we are going to stay there for the weekend, and we're just going to record. We're going to have a blast. So they were here in Mark Z Drum Studios, and we were rehearsing some stuff. So if you take some single stroke rolls, let me find a better drum set, and we start to move around the drum set. Okay, nothing has changed about those single strokes. It's just right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. We could start to come up with some that is stadium. Wow, those floor toms, huh? They keep ringing. And then various speeds. So if we take the single stroke roll, we start moving around the drum set, we start to break up the pattern into different groupings of notes, moving around to different drums, let's say 2 notes each drum. We're still playing single strokes, but now we're being more musical about it. And we can start to build from there. Creating more interesting patterns, more interesting fills, and drum beats and things like that. So think about the single stroke roll as the basic building block. Double strokes and single stroke combined are going to lead us into the diddle rudiments, which are the single paradiddle, double paradiddle, triple paradiddle, and paradiddle diddle. On my YouTube channel, you'll see that I have some videos explaining those and how to remember how to play them using the names of the rudiments. So besides single strokes with the hands, if you are getting into double bass, if you are a double bass player, think of your feet as your hands. Do a lot of those same exercises that you would do with your hands with your feet. Single stroke rolls especially, alternating between straight 16ths and triplets with your feet is a really great place to start with your double bass, making sure that everything is even and equally powerful between the two bass drums. And also making sure you have a good center of gravity so that you are not leaning one way or the other, forward or back, or to either side. So single stroke rolls, super, super important. The basis of everything we do in drumming. And then as we progress through and we start to learn how to use single stroke rolls around the drum set to do different things, we can then start incorporating some double strokes, some triplets, some paradiddles, and different rudiments as we move forward. But get your warm-ups in there with your single stroke rolls, get your warm-ups in there with your double stroke rolls and your single paradiddles, and get comfortable with those things. Because again, even if we're talking about a song like, let's say, Everlong, where we're doing straight 16ths on the hi-hat, coming back to the snare on the 2 and the 4, all single stroke rolls. There are a lot of songs too, a lot of popular songs, more groove based, but rock, but more groove based, where there's a lot of hi-hat going on, a lot of 16th note hi-hats going on. So keep that in mind as another reason to work on those single strokes and get them really, really strong. Hey, thanks for checking out my live stream. I want to thank all of the new subscribers. I've had a ton of new subscribers over the weekend, and a lot of people coming in to check out my shorts and my videos and my live stream. I appreciate it very, very much. I'm hard at work bringing a lot more content, and we're going to get more into the technical stuff. I guess my feeling is this is a drumcast, and I like to talk about drums and drumming and being in bands and music. So that's what this is about, but production is starting on my online drumming course. Go ahead to all of my socials, Mark Z Drums, and however you choose to support, I'm very much in appreciation of that, whether it's a like, whether it's a comment, a share, a follow, a subscription, whatever it is, a view. Views are great. So thank you all for your support, and I will see you on Wednesday for the next episode of the Mark Z Drumcast.